Good evening, good afternoon, good night. This is one AAA podcast, and that's one absolutely African American podcast. Excuse me. And I'm your host, the Hypocritical Cynic. You can contact me at one AAA podcast at gmail.com for writing muse, writing assistant, debate, life coaching, speeches, anything that you need. Holler at me. All this in the description down there. When you get through doing that, go holler at my boy Vic, great producer, professional and courteous. I know you heard of us. That's his slogan. He got you anything in the way of recording. Video, he got you from a professional media skit you want to do every week, upload it for the world to see, all the way to a three-hour movie. It don't matter, whatever you want. He got you. Audio, own studio, great equipment. He got you from one song covers all the way to mixtapes, all the way to full length LPs. He got you down pat. Holler at him at Vipushupstudios at gmail.com. That's PUSH Studios. Oh, excuse me. Push Up Studios. PUSHUP Studios at gmail.com. That's in the description too. Holler at him for all your recording needs. When you get through doing that, go to Instagram and holler at Dirty Kicks. That's DIRTYKICKSSS, 3 S's. Holler for any shoe you need. It don't matter, current, classic, size, color, release date, he got you. With that being said, we're getting straight into the show. Hold on, let me show some love to my artists. That's my artist. Y'all already know about NC. Great artist. Y'all see Literally on Top of the World, and then Broken Heart Made Me. I feel like I'm on top of the world every day. My best day and my worst day, I'm on top of the world. So I know one day I'm gonna be up under this thing, so I thank God for every day I'm on top of the world. But the Broken Heart Made Me, I use the same example so everybody will know. If 10 great architects renovate a room and don't reconstruct it and don't replace it, you'll still see the lines from the old room. You know, I'm a work in progress. I feel like I'm trying to be prolific with my life. So I'm trying to, come from where I was to where I'm at, to where I'm going. I realize it's always a course, quest, a journey. You know, it don't matter. But this show right here, it has to do with the butterfly effect and doing what you love to rise above the bullshit. And then really truly understanding that we all link together. Like the Olympic circles, the logo for the Olympic circle like that, however do like that. I can't even show this logo, it ain't mine. But y'all know how the Olympic circles do, you know what I'm saying? It's really a whole bunch of circles. Black, white, Latino, Arab, Asian, it's all a whole bunch of circles. We spend a lot of time not together, but a little bit of time we spend together, we should be making the world better, But with that being said, it's like a little butterfly theory aspect, the lines cross, but they spend more time alone, kind of like that. But I seen a video with Boyce Watkins, and he was making an assessment of money culture. And an example he used was great Floyd Mayweather, Floyd Money Mayweather. Cause Pretty Boy Floyd used to knock boys out. Money Mayweather knock you out too. Money Mayweather got that money though. You know what I'm saying? We're not mad at his money. Everybody get money. But this video is it's really an assessment, my assessment of Dr. Boyce Watkins' assessment of the money culture. It's first of all, he had, I would say I have opposing views toward his about the endocannabinoid system that every human has. He feels good about the CBD aspect of medicinal marijuana. I feel good about every aspect of medicinal marijuana. So, we differ in those places. He likes the CBD because he says he uses it, as a topical ointment or something like that. He wasn't opposed to the to the positive effects of CBD on the human host, but he may have had contrary views towards the THC aspect of medicinal marijuana, and some people actually need that too. You know, I don't want him to close his ideology towards opening his horizon towards, you know, understanding that as a positive aspect of medicine. But nothing to be proven, nothing like that. I can't make those claims. I don't wear that hat. But yeah, first thing I'm gonna get into is that, you know, let me just say I'm all for medicinal marijuana. You know, he may not be for some aspects of it. I'm all for it. You know, let's research it, see if it works, legalize it across the board. That's what I say. Medical marijuana. I don't know about everything else, but yeah, basically, you know, every human has an endocannabinoid system. You know, actual receptors for THC or CBD. You know, so, you know, whether we need it, I don't know. I can't say what everybody needs. I can't just make a blanket rule to govern everybody. I'm not that big. I wouldn't even claim to be that big. But can we utilize it? Yeah. Some might argue it was made to utilize it, but I ain't gonna go that far. But yeah, this is my assessment of that video that Dr. Boyce Watkins did of Mr. Mayweather, Mr. Money Mayweather, you know, resembling the money culture that we do appreciate now. Let me first say that these are like the first 2 or 3, maybe 4 generations where people had some money or the right to make money. You know, we got civil rights in 65, you know. So I remember there was a historian that said a lot of people had jobs before 65. You know, how they got those jobs, that's up to them. I ain't gonna get into that. But a civil rights activist said the Civil Rights Act got people to read your resume. The Civil Rights Act didn't put anything on your resume, so we're not taking anything away from, you know, strong people that got money before the Civil Rights Act. But this is like the first few generations of, you know, people of my demographic making money. You know, there's always been established boule and always, you know, an elite few that did, you know, pick up some big crumbs. But as far as us making our own money, this is the first few generations. So we don't have the fiscal knowledge. We can attain it, but we don't have the fiscal morality, but we can attain it. But this is the first few generations. And I argue that maybe some of the carpetbaggers and oligarchs who were first generation money also made, you know, different, I'll say different, I ain't gonna say negative, I'm gonna say different actions with their money that could be viewed as negative. I'm gonna say like that. It takes some years to learn money. It takes some real years to learn money. And we realize Mr. Mayweather, Mr. Floyd Money Mayweather Jr. is the first generation millionaire, potential billionaire. Let's give him a little a little time to understand some stuff. I mean, first generation stability from what I understand, because his dad was all the way out there. But you had a meme that said, this is what a man does with his life when I don't want to misquote you. You said, this is what a man does when his life has no meaning other than money. Now that's a outward assessment of somebody living a whole different life. But I'm gonna show you in this video, y'all might be living the same life. And then I'm gonna throw myself in there too at the end. Well, not at the end, I'm gonna say we all victims of white supremacy. But since, you know, some people have fathers, they get to find a different father than white supremacy, than the American dream. You know, 2.5 kids, house with a picket fence, mortgage, car notes, kids in college, all that stuff like that. Y'all got a different ideology because y'all found regiment and norms from y'all father. Thank God in y'all father. But let me show you how y'all are more similar than that. You know, when it's too late to actually love, you know, you find what you love personally. And I won't say it's y'all dad's fault. I can't say that. That's too much. But he gave y'all the love. You know, Mr. Mayweather and Mr. Watkins gave their kids respectively. You know, Dr. Boyce Watkins and Floyd Money Mayweather Jr. respectively. They gave y'all the love that they had to give. Thank God they did. But let me show you how y'all more alike than that. If you take away the money from Mr. Mayweather, he'll still have the passion. If you take away the knowledge from Mr. Watkins, Dr. Watkins, he'd still have the passion. So y'all are both very passionate people. Very passionate people. If I'm wrong, you know, I want y'all to hit me in the comments. But basically, if you took away the passion for boxing, you still have passion. You still be passionate in other ways. Took away your passion for knowledge and understanding, you still be passionate in other ways. But thank God y'all was blessed with that. Thank God. Searching for approval, you know, love and approval from your fathers. You know, Mr. Mayweather went to boxing, got instant approval from his father because he's good at it. He was good at it. You know, searching for approval from your father. He saw you got approval in anything that he showed interest at. You know, you went to the school, you know, the military thing. I saw the little picture where you got the trophies and stuff. 1 week after you didn't place, you got both trophies. I love that. But that's searching for admiration and approval from your father, which is a good thing. A very good thing. And thank God. Thank God for the good in your fathers. And thank God for the good in y'all for following the good in your fathers and not the bad. Real talk. Real talk. Because, you know, the great Baba, rest in peace, Dick Gregory said, you know, fathers ain't there when they there. So thankfully y'all search for the good in y'all fathers and stay true to that. You know, you found the love in school because, you know, being smart, y'all recognize patterns and want to find some kind of regimen in this world of chaos. So you found love and passion for school because it was there. Same thing with boxing with Mr. Mayweather. Exact same thing. In this world of chaos, you wanted some kind of regimen, some set of norms you could set your mind to, and boxing was there. Searching for approval from your father, you found love for boxing. Searching for approval from your father, you found love for many aspects of the world. And education was one of them. Like I say, y'all's dad did not have a lot of love to give, but he gave y'all good though. God is love. So he gave y'all good. Thank God he did. Y'all got God in y'all. Thank God. God is so strong. For y'all to even look for good in y'all situation, God is so strong. For real. Because y'all could have just turned around and regressed from anything that was regiment. Feel like the world owed y'all something, but y'all persevered and pushed hard because of y'all passion. Both of y'all are very passionate people. Like I say, boxing gave Mr. Mayweather's life structure. School gave your life structure. Then Dr. Floyd realized he wanted more from life than approval from his father. So he excelled in what he really loved to do. Mr. Mayweather wanted more from life than approval from his father. So he excelled in what he loved to do. And that was probably that transition from knocking people what they call smooth the hell out into just being a great boxer. That's what I think it was. But you know, boxing revealed that the world was bigger than Mr. Mayweather's father, Mr. Mayweather Jr.'s father. And education revealed to you that the world was bigger than your father, Mr. Watkins. You know, these are just all apples to apples comparisons. If I'm wrong, let me know. Mr. Mayweather Jr.'s gift of boxing placed him before powerful men. Your gift of education and knowledge placed you before powerful men. And y'all both made mistakes because y'all was trailblazers. We see now y'all was not just entrepreneurial. Y'all were trailblazers doing things that was never done before. So y'all made mistakes. Everybody along y'all way tried to tell y'all what to do and it was never done before. Thank God y'all persevered through it because of the passion. It's all started with God. And Mr. Mayweather Jr. did innovate by creating a lane that was never even chiseled out of the freeway. His own lane. Mr. Watkins did the same thing, chiseled his own lane out the freeway, innovating and creating something that was never there before. And then one of the last similarities, people dismiss both of y'all's hard work, obstacles avoided, and the journey. So many people disregard where y'all life could have went. Had its highs, had its lows, but y'all just kept it. You know what I'm saying? But y'all got regiment from y'all father. Y'all didn't avoid regiment. A lot of brothers these days avoid regiment like it's a bad thing, like they doing something right. But you think you're getting away with something, but you got to pay for it later on. That's the bad thing. But y'all got to apply a mature, almost adult intellect because y'all was that smart when y'all was 5 years old. We actually lose brain cells. Y'all, Dr. Watkins and Mr. Floyd Mayweather Jr. was smarter than what they are now at 5 years old, but they didn't know shit. Then when they got so tall, then they realized fat meat was greasy, but they had already applied the perseverance and passion of their craft to their life from a young age. So they had spent the 5,000, 12,000, 10,000 hours in their lane to be a professional. They recognize patterns that they can create a different lane. And that's what they did. Like I said before, all three of us, I ain't had no pops, but all three of us, we all are victims of white supremacy. Because Dr. Watkins' father had admiration for intellect and education, Dr. Watkins followed that path. Because Mr. Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s father had interest and admiration in boxing, Mr. Mayweather followed that path. But they both put a handle on what their dad knew and made it something else different. Me, going forward, looking forward, I know what I needed to do, and I rebelled against regiment. Thought I was getting away with something, skipping classes. I was still in school, skipping class. I ain't skipped school. I was in school, skipping class. Grandma wasn't gonna have no skipping school. Grandma wasn't gonna have that. But, that's my little view on that one video. It's not trying to be right all the time. It's not trying to understand y'all because I don't know y'all. Just from the outside looking in, my perception of what I see what's going on in the world. And I thank God for the good in your fathers and then the passion that he put in y'all to persevere through what y'all went through because y'all's obstacles avoided. Oh my God. Y'all see my nose is crooked. I'm not a great boxer. But if I had $5 million, $500,000, I'd mess up. Let alone everybody thinking I'm tough. If I was a great boxer, #1 boxer in the world, undefeated, I probably wouldn't even rest enough. Just trying to stay up and be that person. So many obstacles avoided by Mr. Mayweather Jr. Dr. Watkins, oh man, he was tenured at Syracuse. I would have messed that up just with my family on the phone at work. I mean, and then not to mention all the other obvious obstacles that could just be downfalls or pitfalls in y'all life. Y'all avoided them and became who y'all are, strong black people. And I applaud y'all, but y'all have a lot more in common than what you think. Dr. Watkins, just keep in mind a lot of people don't have that kind of father in their life. You know, in time, we are all on a quest to be a better person, but it's a generational situation that allows us to be the people that we are today. It's something generational that makes me feel my activities are acceptable. And then it'll be something in my son that he sees in me that'll make him want to put a handle on it and make it better. But God is the answer to everything. You don't need a deed, handshake, receipt, call from an enemy, nothing like that. God is the answer. Put God first. And then do what you love. God is love. Do what you love to rise above the BS. I'm out.